Well, first of all, congratulations to South Dakota State. I think it was a two very good teams that battled, and we had some unfortunate things happen for us during the course of that game, and certainly one with Kira Duffy going down. Here's a young lady who puts so much time in the gym and is always out there working to make herself a better player, and had a great take to the basket and to come down and tweak an ankle. And she tried everything that she could to get back in that game, and we had hoped that we could go back to her. And it certainly wasn't from a lack of toughness or effort. She just couldn't really move and do the things that she normally does. So that was a tough break for us. We had a tough break in the second quarter when we got both of our big kids in foul trouble. At that point in time, we got a lot of perimeter shots, but unfortunately those weren't falling for us, and so we lost our ability to go inside with it. We lost our ability to get some offensive rebounds, and that was pretty tough for us. I think a lot of credit to our young ladies, though, for the way that they continue to battle, to be down. And we've seen this series of games have one team with the lead and another team kind of come back, and so just kind of kept believing that was going to happen and we were going to turn it, but just couldn't quite get over the hump enough. But incredibly proud of our young ladies. Really hard. Allison Arns is such an incredible leader for us, a very humble young lady, and losing's really hard. It's hard for these young ladies because they've put so much time and effort in to play in this game and to get back to this game, and I think that certainly is the first goal, and then to come out on top is a second goal. And it's hard because I feel bad for Allison Arms because we don't have an opportunity to win this thing with her now. The positive thing is I really do believe that this group of young ladies will have a chance to play again in the NCAA tournament, which is one of their goals and something that I'm really happy for them. But I love these kids, and I feel bad for Allison because I think this was a special opportunity, and we didn't get it this way, but I really do believe we're going to have an opportunity to do it in another way.
Questions for the student athletes? Right up front.
Landon Dirks, the Collegian. Hannah, early in that game, you guys were really pounding it inside and got them in a lot of foul trouble. What was going right for you guys those first 13 minutes or so?
I think our team is playing really selflessly, and that's something we do well, and when we do that well, we're successful.
Allison, after that, they kind of went on their run, even though they were down a couple of players with foul trouble. What made you guys kind of unable to stem that momentum?
I think what kind of got us is they switched up their defense a lot, or switched to zone, and kind of took us out of our rotation. I think early we were able to get it in, drive on them, and I think that we were really tough to guard, and then they went into their zone and we just didn't quite get the looks. Our shots weren't quite falling, and they were getting some rebounds and pushing it on us, and yeah, I got a few points on it that way.
Allison, Justin Russ from Sioux City Journal. Along that same line, when they switched to zone, do you feel the team settled maybe for a little too many jumpers? I know with the foul trouble too, Hannah's on in there, some of the people that do go inside were in there. Do you feel the team settled for maybe a few too many jumpers in there though, instead of attacking the basket with a few of their players in foul trouble?
I wouldn't say we settled. I think that getting the ball inside, they have some height in there, and with our post players in foul trouble, they made it difficult, they made it tough, and I think we had some great outside looks. The ball just wasn't falling. So to say we settled, I don't think we settled for anything. Our shots just didn't fall.
Allison, make a case for getting into that tournament next week. What are the things that you can point to that where you can really make a case for getting in?
I honestly haven't looked that far yet. I think all of us girls, our heart and soul, we're into this game today, and now we'll take this week and we're going to get back in the gym and
Right here next to me. Brandon Green, KOT News. Allison, how hard is it to contain a player like Macy Miller? What was the game plan coming in tonight against her?
She's a great player. She can score inside, outside. She can shoot, drive. She's a very difficult player to guard. And I mean, today you saw she's a great player, great defender. She can kind of do it all, and so you just gotta lock in on her as best as you can, and
Time for one final question.
When Kira went down and tried to give it a go, then couldn't go, how did that impact things mentally and impact, confidence, especially after they go on that big run?
Anytime a starter goes down, it's always tough to overcome it. I give our team a lot of credit, though. I didn't think we let that affect us too much. Obviously Kira's a great scorer, so it would have been nice to have her today, but the reality is we didn't, and I thought we did well. I thought we came in there and gave it our all.
Thanks, ladies, for everything. You can head back to the locker room. Go ahead with questions for Coach.
Don, similar question. When Kira goes down, how do you go about trying to get the girls' spirits back up and lock back in, that sort of thing?
Well, I think this team, again, played with a lot of toughness and intensity. It certainly wasn't from a lack of effort. We had 19 offensive rebounds in the game, and we turned the ball over 10 times, which is more than we wanted to turn it over. And we only had 7 assists, but we just didn't make any shots. And when we did get some good looks, they just didn't fall for us, unfortunately, and we didn't have an opportunity to get more offensive rebounds. But I thought, when Kira went down, I thought we really were playing very, very efficiently, scoring the ball and attacking and getting to the free throw line at times. But I do think our kids came in and moved the ball and shared the ball and just unfortunately couldn't get shots to fall when we really needed them to fall.
Coach, did you guys lose track a little? Madison Gabert hit some big threes there. She was kind of wide open for those threes. Did you guys lose track for a little bit there in that second quarter? Is that kind of what helped keep SDSU in it in the second quarter?
She certainly went on a run, and we missed some shots, and then they got out in transition. And we had a couple tough scenarios on some baseline drives where we overhelped, and they kicked it out. And we had one where we fouled her. So certainly she made us pay and has the ability to do that. I think that they found a way to get her the ball, and they created that with some penetration as well.
Don, similar question to the one earlier about the NCAA tournament. Do you think the resume is there to see your name on the screen next Monday?
I certainly do believe it's there. I do. I think with the quality of the non-conference schedule that we played, with wins over Missouri, with wins over Iowa State, over Green Bay, all teams that are outstanding basketball teams, and 2 of them in the top 25. I do believe that our kids, and then the consistency of play throughout that, to honestly play the schedule that we had and be where we're at. I do believe that our kids deserve an opportunity to continue playing.
Coach, this is the 5th time playing SDSU in the title game, and the 5th time the team has lost to them. What does USD have to do to get over this hump? This game you have the unfortunate injury to Duffy, and that changes the dynamic of the game. But it always seems to be something. What has to happen to get over that hump? Because the team is it just seems right there, right next to them, and it just falls just a little short against SDSU in these 5 title games.
Yeah, I certainly can't speak to anything besides the last 2 years when we've been here and we've competed against them. And, I certainly believe that it's a very challenging environment to play in. I think that we're playing against a team that has been here longer than we have in terms of in the conference and competing for it. But I really do believe that our young ladies are going to continue to battle and put ourselves in the right position to keep competing.
Coach, what do you think it speaks to your team that they were able to cut the lead from 19 late in that third quarter down to 8 down the stretch?
I just think it shows the amount of toughness and courage that our young ladies have, and the tenacity that they play with. It's something that obviously they've worked a really hard, a long time and and put a lot of effort into being where they're at, and so it's something that they weren't willing to quit and back down. I thought made a really good run.
One more question for Coach.
When you don't have your leading scorer in that situation, how does that alter your strategy? How does that, shift the pressure, I guess, on the other girls?
Well, I think it puts other kids in a position that maybe haven't been in that position before, and I think certainly being, you know, with Kira being a veteran player, she's been here, she's been in these type of environments, and so, you know, it gives her a little bit more of an edge just because of that experience. So, and certainly is a challenge for us. And again, I think Allison answered it well and just said the young ladies who came in and stepped in, played some very valuable minutes and played really, really hard.
Thanks, Don.